Hi, everyone. I'm Assemblymember Rebecca Bauer Kahan, and it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Assembly District 16's 2023 Woman of the Year, Deanne Pearn. I really want to congratulate Deanne. March is Women's History Month, so it is the perfect opportunity to recognize Deanne for her lifelong work on housing access for our most marginalized community members. Deanne, welcome, and thank you so much for being here and letting us celebrate you.
Thank you for having me. It is such an honor, and it is truly an honor for everybody here at Hope Solutions.
So I don't know if you know this, but when I was a young lawyer, worked on homeless advocacy as an attorney, and it's something I'm incredibly passionate about. And so we really wanted to honor you today for your long career devoted to helping underserved communities and homeless individuals. As the Bay Area has experienced an increase in the number of individuals experiencing homelessness and housing insecurity, especially throughout the pandemic, this issue is top of mind, not only for me, but for most of the people living in District 16, as you know, because you live here. And your work on housing began a long time ago with the critical work you did with foster youth. The statistics of those transitioning out of foster care and into housing insecurity is sobering. Can you talk a little bit about that reality and what you did to help solve that problem?
Absolutely. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Transition age, foster youth, probation youth, homeless youth in general are at very high risk of long-term homelessness if we don't get right in there and help create a new trajectory for them. We have about 460,000 kids living in foster care in our nation, about 60,000 in California, and about 7,000 in that 18 to 21-year-old range. So there's a lot of young people who are growing up in the foster care system. And as you said, the statistics are not great. They are at very high risk of long-term homelessness, poverty, being victims of crime. And so it's really important that we intervene at that critical juncture and help prevent kids from ever ending up in the homeless system and put them on a completely different life trajectory. And I had the great pleasure and honor of working with another phenomenal woman, Amy Lemley, and we graduated from the UC Berkeley School of Public Policy, the Goldman School. And she had written a small grant to get this started and invited me to join. And it was the journey of a lifetime. We started a program that just felt like common sense. It was, let's get young people moved into housing, permanent housing. So then we take away the housing insecurity, and then we can work on life skills, education, employment, all the things that they need to become successful, interdependent adults in our community. And First Place is a really thriving organization. It has done a beautiful job. It's now under the leadership of Thomas Lee. He's doing a fantastic job and continuing to build better systems for young people aging out of the foster care system.
It's amazing. Such an important population to help care for as they, I mean, it's heartbreaking that our foster care system doesn't do more to allow individuals who graduate out of it to be successful. So.
Well, I think it's a real success story, because when we started, young people were aged out at when they turned 18 or when they graduated from high school. There's been a lot of really strong policy work, advocacy. A lot of people have put their hearts and souls in, and we've extended foster care to the age of 21 and created a lot better services and systems to prevent young people from having those outcomes.
Yeah, well, thanks for being part of the solution. So your work on housing now continues. You're CEO of Hope Solutions, and it grew out of that work and the work that you did with Interfaith Housing Coalition. So tell us a little bit about Hope Solutions, how it came to be, what drove you to stay focused on housing access, and what you're hoping to accomplish as Hope's leader.
It is such a joy to be here at Hope Solutions. So Hope Solutions is the new name of what was known as Contra Costa Interfaith Housing. And Hope Solutions was founded in the early 90s by a bunch of visionary faith leaders. About 15 member faith communities came together and said, we want to do something about homelessness in our community. And so they started this project. And the first initiative of what is now Hope Solutions was building, purchasing, and rehabbing in partnership with Mercy Housing, Garden Park Apartments, which is now just a beautiful facility in Pleasant Hill for 27 formerly chronically homeless families. It is the crown jewel in our service delivery system. We have added intensive support services, mental health support, on-site youth enrichment support, excellent property management, and families and children just thrive in that program. And so building on that sort of early success and those models, Hope Solutions now serves 2,200 folks across our county every year. We are serving everyone from children, families, veterans, homeless youth, seniors, just the gamut. And all of our approach is about permanent housing solutions, client-centered services, and then helping build a better system for all the folks that are coming through. So we really pride ourselves on being collaborative community partners in partnership with our county and other community-based organizations.
I love that. And when we got on, you were very clear to say that this honor isn't just for you, it is for the entire team at Hope Solutions, and all that everybody that's a part of it does to address housing insecurity. So tell me about your team and tell me how you work together to solve this problem.
You know, it is a labor of love for everybody involved at Hope Solutions, from the board to the staff to the volunteers. We have hundreds of volunteers who help drive our efforts as well. But our core program team, we've got 79 amazing humans on our team. 39% are people with lived experience, over 50% are BIPOC leaders. We're really working with people of and in the community to deliver all of these services. And the team, I can't even describe. They show up with love every day and respect. And our job is to accompany, to support the power of our residents and help them drive their own success. But we will do everything that needs to be done, sort of the way that, you know, we treat our residents the way I would treat my family or you would treat your family, holding them in high regard, treating them with dignity, respect, humility, compassion, and accountability, really helping people achieve their ultimate goals. I have one manager right now who we are serving a lot more seniors in our program, as that's a pretty rapidly growing population in our community of homeless, unfortunately. And so we're finding ourselves doing a fair amount of end-of-life care. And he has a client right now who has just been moved into hospice, and this manager has been working around the clock to connect him with his family, to bring that family who had their own limitations out so that they could actually visit with their loved one before he passes. And it's just, I've had people call and say, we're so grateful that our person died with dignity and with love and didn't die on the street. And that is a gift that, you know, you've given to all of us. And so that's just a small glimpse of how this team shows up and how they really take care of our residents.
I love that. When I started working with the unhoused population in San Francisco, one of the things that my clients said to me the most was, I want to be seen.
Yes.
I don't feel seen. And it really struck me. And, you know, I think that it's really common for people to walk down the street and not see the unhoused as the humans that they are, the family members. And, you know, everybody deserves that dignity and love. So thank you for doing that.
And I would say the other part of our team, so that's sort of the day-to-day bread and butter of what we're doing and showing up for people. We also have this phenomenal team doing some policy and organizing work. We have developed a resident empowerment program leader program, and we have 7 reps who are doing a lot of community listening, organizing, raising their voices in really important conversations about how these decisions get made, how we operate our system, what we can be doing better. And that is a really phenomenal part of the organization as well. I think this how we did it at First Place, and it's how we do it at Hope Solutions. We really have sort of dual purpose to obviously have a very positive impact on the lives of the people that we're serving, but to also use our skills, our expertise, our data, our resident voices to make sure the system is doing better.
I love that. I was just happened to have the privilege of hearing Congresswoman Lee speak the other night, and she talked about disrupting systems. And I think it's such an important thing to listen to and to hear, because the systems have not been serving our communities of color or underserved communities for a very long time. And we need to think more systemically about how we break those down and rebuild them in a way that they work for everyone.
And the first step is listening to the people who are living in the systems, right?
Absolutely.
Really deeply listening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so tell us what projects you want us to know about they're working on now, and what projects are you dreaming up in the future?
We are so blessed that we work with a lot of community partners, but we're in this very close relationship with the Multi-Faith Action Coalition. And we are so blessed. We have the co-founder, the co-convener of the Multi-Faith Action Coalition, Jasmine Tarkoff, who is also serving as our Director of Strategic Initiatives. And what we are really focused on right now is building more housing that meets the needs of our folks. And so we are leaning into our faith community partners and longstanding relationships to look at putting small micro home communities on faith land, where we will own them, operate them, wrap them with support and services, let the faith communities partner with the faith community so they can do all the things that they do, which is do the community dinners and the volunteering, and find ways to build real communities of love and support on faith community land. And we've got a number of faith communities that are various stages of planning and design. The energy is amazing. The momentum is amazing. Jasmine has brought so much to this effort. And it's an idea whose time has come. So that is something we're really excited about.
Yeah, no, that was actually one of the things that really struck me and wanted me to honor the work you're doing was the project you're opening in Walnut Creek. I think it's on the verge of being ready for occupancy, or is it? What, I don't know exactly where it is in its process, but it's really exciting to be bringing those homes to our community, and that works awesome.
It is really exciting. And the pastor there, Mark Burnham of Grace Presbyterian Church, deserves a lot of credit for taking a leap of faith with us and showing so much leadership. But yes, there's a proposed 6-unit community for individuals and seniors. And we're working our way through the process. We're hopeful that there will be a groundbreaking later this spring, and people could be living there in early fall. That is the hope, and it is moving forward in a really positive way.
Yeah, and I'll say we have a community, a faith community in Livermore that has opened dozens of these tiny homes on their land. And it has been an incredible thing for the community, for those that are now permanently housed. And it's fun to see those living in that housing becoming a real integrated part of the community. I was a judge at a chili cook-off and they almost won. They didn't win, but that's okay. Next year.
That is so great. And that's what I want people to understand, that it's a net positive for the whole community, right? It just is a bright spot for the whole community. The community members who aren't living there can come on in and lend support and build relationship. It's sort of building community within community within community. And it's really an exciting time.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. And thank you for all the hard work that you and your entire team and your volunteers do. It's really, it's a problem that we need to be tackling as a society, as a community, and to have, the faith community really leading the way with, the values that I know are so inherent to people of faith like me. It's something that every single person deserves a roof over their head. It's a basic fundamental right. So.
Absolutely. And the opportunity to live with dignity and reach their full potential. It's what we all deserve. Absolutely.
Okay, Deanne, now that we've spoken, I know that everybody who's paying attention is inspired to join the fight and be a part of the work that you do. Can you share with people how they can lean in and be a part of the solution?
I think the most important thing is to put a human face on the homeless. As you said earlier, to see and to name and say hello. There's we are our brother's keeper. We are only as strong as our weakest link, right? We know we're stronger together. And so I think everybody has an invitation to reflect on what they can do. If it can be as simple as when you see someone on the street, making eye contact and saying hello. that can mean so much. But I think everybody can bring something. And when we all bring a little bit, we can really move mountains.
Yeah, I know we're both moms, and I was sitting on my couch a few years ago on one of the really cold nights, and I said to my kids, "Can you imagine being unhoused tonight?" And they said, "No, don't they need blankets?" And my kids proceeded, who were very young, to say, "Can't we go find them blankets?" And we put it on Llama to Families, and we filled our van with blankets, and we gave people blankets. And it's, it's a little thing. I'm one person, but I do think when we think about what it is we would want in those moments, we can really lean in and help do just a little piece of it. So
You're absolutely right. And it's just, what would we want? What would you want for your mom? What would you want for your kids? The answer is pretty simple. It's pretty simple. And I mean, I think we got to let the kids lead because they get it.
no,
They
they
don't,
do. It's
they
simpler
just
than we
cut
make it
right
out to
through.
be.
That's right. They're like, this is not that complicated.
Amazing. Well, and I know this isn't all you do with your time. Obviously, it's the thing we really wanted to celebrate. But what else do you want to tell us? What else do you do that's fun and exciting? And what do you love about our community?
Oh my goodness. I feel so blessed to live here in Contra Costa County. I have 3 kids, 2 dogs, a beautiful husband. When we've got free time, we're just hanging out. I love leaning in with the kids and sort of learning through them, and as they're exploring their interests and their talents. And then my big saving grace, honestly, is hiking the East Bay Hills. Spend a lot of time with a lot of phenomenal women, each of whom should be up here getting an award, hiking in the hills. It's very grounding and it's very peaceful. It's so beautiful. We are so lucky to live here.
We are. We have beautiful open space and beautiful people surrounding us, and all of it coming together couldn't be
Absolutely.
a better way to fill your soul. So thank you so much for spending some time with me, for doing the work you do every day in our community. We are so lucky to have people like you who put their time, which is such a precious resource, and their soul and heart into the work that our community so deeply needs. So it's really an honor to honor you as our Assembly District 16 2023 Woman of the Year. So thanks for that.
Thank you. And thank you for all your incredible leadership. We're lucky to have you in office.
Thank you.